What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live episode of Lamplight City. We're gonna jump back in here. We're gonna go into this one. We were at the Dupree Manor, and we talked to looks like a pig here, but she's not. She's our victim of a crime where she was buried alive, or was buried dead and came to life after. I don't know. Whatever. And we're currently over at the Fordham Rest. No, that's mine. Where were we? The Ruined Coffee House? I think that's where we were. Yeah, something like that. So we had the new location given to us in Cholmondeley, or Chumley, as whatever. Let's go to Forest Lane because I want to check out what this is.
Gad, is this someone's room or a jungle?
Jeez,
quite a fascinating array of plants in here. Not to mention the machinery on the table.
Madame Dupre's daughter seems to have an interesting hobby. We really should see about tracking her down.
I think you're right. Let's check out the experiment desk. What the hell is that? Flies.
They're just doing what flies do best.
What? Buzzing? Eh? Don't push the button.
Etheric pressure. What a bunch of nonsense.
Well now, this is interesting.
Etheric effects. Larger, more vibrant flowers. Chlorophyll production seemingly triples. Root system strengthened, increasing capacity to absorb nutrients. Conclusion. Plants thrive from exposure to small etheric currents. Further experiments are needed to determine the long-term effects. Brain is dearly affected. Looks like deadly, but inducing a trance-like state. Muscle control lost. Wings flap in predictable pattern. If animals with greater cognitive ability, including humans, are exposed to specific quantities of ethericity, they will go into a stupor, appearing unresponsive or dead. Oh, you hear that chime? It's like I had an idea.
Just a bunch of technical nonsense. I can't understand a word of it.
Just because my dead friend can't understand it doesn't mean I couldn't. Okay, let's push the button. I'm all about hitting big red buttons. Watch, you'll see the flies die. Uh-oh. If that's the etheric pressure... Oh.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, they become sort of like docile.
Etheric pressure.
Yeah, we saw that.
Oh, would you...
Try it one more time, see if it does anything or opens anything up. I can't click on anything else while this is doing it, what it's doing. So that didn't seem to really do anything.
I have no idea, nor desire, to know what purpose that thing has. They're just doing what flies do best.
Okay, so that sort of set them back. So if we do it one more time, we should see them all kind of gather in the middle. Hey, what's going on, Cody? How's it going, man? You married yet?
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, so they got docile after we hit the switch. So that's the etheric current.
This plant makes Miles Jr. look like a single blade of grass. Those are the most vibrant flowers we've seen in a while. I bet they smell extra strong.
Yes, they certainly do.
It's a good thing you're the one with the nose.
Next year. Okay. I'm a little too early for that. Bookcase. This looks like it's a hidden room. Pull a book.
That's quite the book collection. It almost puts Adelaide's to shame.
All impeccably cataloged and organized as well, which makes the two missing volumes stand out even more.
Oh.
That's quite the...
Yeah.
I wonder what sort of fertilizer or growth tonic these plants are getting.
Don't
Whatever
know.
it is, it's definitely working. I'm
Crates.
guessing they're probably full of more scientific equipment or plant-related stuff. They appear to be scientific scribblings. I can't make heads nor tails of them.
That makes two of us.
They appear to be...
That makes...
Okay. So she's a suspect now, I guess. Now, I don't know exactly where to go next, so I'm just going to work my way across. I think we might have been here, the ruined coffee house before. So we'll skip that one.
Ah, St. Denis Cemetery. Best view in the city. It's just a shame none of the residents can enjoy it. I think I'm buried around here somewhere. Wonder how the old gravestone is doing these days.
No, I pissed on it. Oof.
This just goes to show you can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it all on a giant tomb.
Oh yeah, this is the Chesterton one, which is Douche Man.
I don't know him. Must be a recent addition to the force. Well, at least he won't recognize you.
So do I just tell him who I am?
Looks like people have left markings and offerings in front of this tomb. You may think it's a silly superstition, but I wish you'd leave a bottle of Bollingworth at my grave every now and then. Nice view of the river from up here. You can hardly even see the cloud of smog over the Chum.
The Chum.
If only that police officer wasn't guarding the tomb, you could go in there and raid it to your heart's content.
Oh, why would I do such a thing?
Good day to you, officer.
Good day, sir. How may I be of assistance?
Sure is a nice day to be walking around the cemetery, wouldn't you agree?
I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, the noise those bugs are making is starting to drive me crazy.
Would you mind letting me in the tomb, please?
Afraid I can't do that, sir.
Why
This
not?
tomb is currently part of a police investigation and ain't available for visits until further notice.
I think I saw someone being mugged at the front entrance. Lie about
But it's my dearly departed Aunt Hester's birthday today, and I always bring her flowers.
I'm sorry, sir, but I've got my orders.
You dick.
Come back in a few days. I can assure you, your aunt won't have gone anywhere.
How do you know? My last one woke up.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I... Please.
Ah, damn.
If only that police...
Okay, so we gotta find a way to get this douchebag out of here. I'll take care of the bugs. Oh, that was it. Okay, hang on. Why the hell did I walk in through here? Let's exit. I can't... No.
If only that police...
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid... Please.
Okay.
The plaque says Harrison. Doesn't look very opulent, so I guess it doesn't belong to anyone important.
Weird. There's nothing else we could do except for exit or exit. Excuse me, exit. Okay. We were... No, we weren't there, I don't think. Yeah, we were. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's our friend. Maybe she can help us to get rid of the police officer in front of the tomb.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
We're still here.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
Yeah.
I seem to have hit a roadblock. There's an officer posted at Dupre's family tomb, and he won't let me in.
Makes sense. Who's the officer?
I've never seen him before. He's young, has a small scar over his left eye, and a distinct Dixie accent.
Dicty.
Ah, yes, that would be Officer Grant. He's only been with the department for about 2 months.
Fire his
I
ass.
don't know a lot about him, but he's already got the reputation for being the type of policeman who'd go out of his way to help old ladies cross the street.
Aw.
Typical Southern gentleman, it seems. Perhaps you can use that to your advantage?
Damn it. I could have done someone else's being mugged.
Madame Dupre's son isn't being very helpful.
Is he refusing to talk?
No, he's high.
More like incapable. The family doctor has him pretty well drugged to the gills. I need to find some way to perk him up.
Well, you know, we are in a coffee house.
Ooh,
I have a
brilliant.
feeling it will take something a touch more powerful than coffee.
Damn.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay.
How are you doing?
How are things going with you?
Work is hectic as usual, and I'm spending my day off in here. But considering my home life is still a shambles,
Ooh.
maybe this is the best place to be.
I'm truly sorry about that.
Don't be ridiculous. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be chained to that philandering bastard.
What did
It
I
hasn't
do?
been easy, but I'm much better off this way. Trust me.
Okay.
Anyway, work gives me something to focus on. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes, and I'm grateful to you for getting me these case leads. I know you're taking a risk to do it.
It's the least I can do. How about you? How's Adelaide?
Freaking
fine.
awesome.
Although things between us could be improved, if I'm being honest. The less said about it right now, the better, I think.
I'm sorry to hear that. You can talk to me about it if you need to, although I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice.
That's it, I think.
Then you'd better get back to it.
I'm gonna. Hey, what up, Joe? Uh-oh, wait for it. Here it comes. Let's go to the Bow Street guy.
Fordham? Is that you?
Yeah.
You look like something a cat spat up.
You look like something
Hello,
my dog crapped out.
Giles. It's lovely to see you too.
That's racist.
What brings you round the jail? I thought you'd quit being a detective.
I'm looking to speak with Mr. Albert Martin.
Oh, I see. Well, that's him in the first cell there. I'd say what needs saying as quick as you can, though. He's headed for the gallows in the morning.
Oh, damn.
Already? But what about a trial?
No trial necessary when there's black magic involved. This little half-breed's already sealed his fate.
Such
Damn.
a charming fellow, isn't he? Not much in the way of comfort. No bed or even a bucket. It's a good thing this place is meant for short stays.
What the hell is that?
I bet that's a direct line to the police department. You should make a rude noise into it when Giles isn't paying attention.
Yeah, I think
Who are you? My lawyer?
No.
No, I'm actually here to help you. The name's Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
Yeah, boy.
How are you going to help me?
I'm looking into the attack on Madame Dupre. I believe you're innocent.
Oh, thank heaven. That's music to my ears.
Should
Do you
be.
mind answering a few questions for me?
Friend, if it means saving me from the noose, I'll tell you nothing less than God's truth.
Interesting choice of phrase for someone accused of using black magic.
Okay, let's talk about Madame Dupre.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
What's to tell? She's a twisted, evil woman who got what was coming to her.
Ooh.
Whoever attacked her deserves some sort of reward for the service they're doing the community.
Wow.
So it wasn't you then?
No, I'm innocent, Mr. Fordham. You have to believe me.
I'm afraid you're not making that very easy
I don't
right
have
now,
to.
Mr. Martin.
I don't have to do anything. Been to her what?
Do you know anything about the circumstances of Madame Dupre's supposed death?
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Then why did her son accuse you?
Probably because he's just as ignorant as she is.
Ooh.
What I meant was, how did her son know to accuse you? Have you had any contact with the family before?
Yes, you could say that.
Uh-oh. That gleam in his eye says it all.
You see, I'm involved with Dupre's daughter, Juliet Montgomery. And Dupre doesn't like that one bit. She even threatened me once.
Is that right?
Yes. She might have everyone else fooled, but that woman is the devil incarnate. I can't understand how something so heartless and cruel could have spawned someone as pure and loving as my dear Juliet.
He's
Aww.
not really helping his...
Yeah, we already went there. You won't see that till tomorrow, though. Let's see. Let's talk about
How
himself
did you end
first.
up in here?
I was just minding my own business at home when the police showed up with no warning. They made some outrageous claims about me putting some sort of curse on Madame Dupre. The next thing I knew, I was here. Oh, Mama must be beside herself with worry.
Aw,
I just hope she's all right.
me too. Your mama sounds really nice.
What does your mother do, Mr. Martin?
She helps people.
Eh?
I was hoping you'd be just a bit more specific.
Me too.
She provides spiritual help to those who seek guidance.
Okay.
She's a spiritualist.
Not quite. She's more like...
Exorcist.
How can I explain it? You know how a priest holds mass to spread the word of God to the people? My mother holds services and calls on the spirits to walk among us, providing healing and guidance.
Oh, so she's
a
crazy.
religious leader?
Crazy ass.
If you want to give her that title, it would be the most appropriate.
And does this
Alright.
religion of yours have a name?
You'd probably know it as voodoo, but it doesn't mean what you think it does. People are so quick to judge and portray us as evil when they have no idea.
Oh. Tell me more about this voodoo, huh?
So you practice voodoo, do you?
Are you making fun of me, Mr. Fordham?
No, of course not. Apologies if it seemed as though I was. It's just that the police are convinced that black magic was involved in Madame Dupre's apparent death.
That's because that idiot son of hers knew about my mother, and like all bigoted fools, assumed that we're involved in devil worship and the black arts. But I can assure you that this is most certainly not the case, Mr. Fordham.
Of course, I didn't mean to imply.
Just forget it.
Dude's got a bit of a rough spot. And yes, I noticed the racism about the quote-unquote black magic, and there happened to be a black man here. I don't think the two correlate.
Tell me about Juliet.
Yes, please.
She's wonderful. Such a beautiful, kind soul. She hasn't come to see me yet, but I'm sure that's because of all the confusion in the last few days.
Right.
Juliet wouldn't believe for a second that I would be capable of harming her mother. I'm sure of it.
How did you two get involved?
We met at the university.
Your classmates?
Hardly. They wouldn't allow someone like me to enroll there. Juliet studies botany. I work as an assistant in the greenhouse. We started talking, and she actually treated me like a person. To everyone else, I was just the boy who fetched the test tubes. But Juliet actually wanted to hear what I had to say. Had the same taste in books and art. Didn't just treat me like some piece of gardening equipment.
Like a
She even
hoe?
shared some of her notes with me after I told her I was interested in botany as well. From there, things just got better.
Ooh.
I don't expect you to understand or approve, but that's how it happened.
Oh, you'd be surprised. It doesn't sound too different to how my wife and I got together. Except I was a detective and she was a singer at a bar.
She's...
Of color.
Yes, Mr. Martin. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. How often is Juliet in the greenhouse?
every weekday, but I doubt she's there now. She's probably trying to find out where I am and working to have me released.
Right.
Somehow, I wouldn't bet on that.
Oh.
That's all for now.
Oh, wait, before you go, would you do me a favor?
Depends.
Would you go see my mother at our house and give her a message?
As long as it's not
You're
voodoo.
at 451 Compton Street, right?
Yes, that's right. Could you tell her I said St. Rock's dog is barking?
I suppose I could do that, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever happened to a simple I love you?
No, because you actually just missed out on that one part. Before we went here, Jill, we were over at Juliet's place, and she has like her own little botany set up in her apartment or whatever. And she's working with the Aether as well, testing it on flies, and came to the conclusion that the Aether can render a human motionless and appear as almost if they were dead. Holy crap. I know. I was pretty mind-blown by that, too. I want to play with the horn.
I bet that's a direct line.
Mm-hmm.
He's watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in one of his cells if you try any funny business.
Can I throw something at him?
Either crime is low, or the police aren't doing their jobs very well.
I guess it's the latter of the two. Make sure there's nothing else I could do. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. We'll be back before tomorrow morning, I hope. Okay, so we have the university. Yeah, we were over here at 76 Forest Lane, and I believe that was Juliet's place. We stopped off at the coffee house to talk to the lady. We went to the cemetery to see if we could get the police officer away from the thing, which I'm going to go back to now because we have a little bit of a secret weapon we might be able to use.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't. Please,
Yeah, but I have something to tell you, and it's a little old lady. She's dying. Or needs help across the street. I don't know. Oh, nice. So your patients could either be knocked out or exploded. That's awesome. Okay, we have to go to 451 Compton Street.
Ah, Compton Street. We're not too far from Restaurant Row. When's the last time you ate, anyway?
Please, let's not add eating to the list of things to nag me about.
Aw, dude, no more nagging.
I'm glad that Coulson still uses horses. I don't trust the new self-driving cabs.
What? Self-driving cabs in the 1800s? Get out.
One
Post.
of Atwood's re-election posters, sorely lacking a mustache. Go on, Miles. Fix this grievous injustice.
Not now, Bill. There are more important things to worry about.
Spoil sport.
Hey, what's going on, Tumblr? It's good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Hopefully everything is going okay in your life.
Considering how
Butcher
many
shop.
eating establishments are in this neighborhood, the butcher picked a fantastic spot to set up shop. I do notice a distinct lack of stray cats in this neighborhood, though.
Yeah, all places do it. In some places in the world, cat is actually a delicacy, so don't be so judgmental. Same with dog. Hello?
I'm sorry, I have no time for visitors today.
Yeah, you do.
You're Albert Martin's mother, aren't you?
Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I spoke with Albert, and he told me to give you a message. He said to tell you that St. Roch's dog is barking.
Oh, I see.
Come on in.
That's good. That's very good. You better come in, Mr. Fordham. Standing on the street just won't do.
What are you ewing about, Joe?
Welcome to my home, Mr. Fordham. I am Sabine Martin. I hope you understand that Albert has nothing to do with this awful business. Would you care for some tea?
Well, her
love some.
tune certainly changed when you gave her that message. I wonder what it meant.
No, thank you, ma'am. I won't be staying long.
I just came to talk to you about that hoodoo voodoo that you do. Yeah, what were you ewing about, Joe? You put, hi Tumblr, how are you? Ew. Oh, the cats and dogs. Yeah, but it's true. Look it up. Just because we in the Western civilization consider dogs and cats as pets, it's not the same as every other place. And they aren't, I gotta clarify this, they aren't going into people's houses and taking their pet cat and dog. These are wild cat and dog. It's just like any other game that's out there. And I know you're vegetarian, so regardless of how I explain it, you're still gonna go ew, but whatever.
A rather unremarkable book collection, I'm sorry to say. That statue, on the other hand, gives me the willies.
Get your hand off of mine, and then we can talk. What are the
Interesting.
pots?
Those pots look as though they've been wrapped in tobacco leaves.
Probably for cooking. They throw them in the ground. Wall
The
hanging.
pattern resembles a flower. Too bad it isn't an Easter lily.
You have this obsession with Easter lilies.
It's some old man with a dog standing at the center of a crossroads. If that's meant to have any sort of significance, it's completely lost on me.
No, it's not. That's St. Roch. The dog at St. Roch is barking.
For all
Ooh.
we know, that rider is some sort of demon. He looks like he's having a good time, at least.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking at? Checking behind
The
him.
Virgin Mary. I must admit, she was the last person I was expecting to see in here.
That's racist. And lastly, should we open the curtain? No. Let's talk to her. She'll yell at us if we open the curtain.
I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Well, I thank you for your cooperation. I appreciate that. Tell me more about your son, Albert Martin.
Do you think your son is capable of doing what he stands accused of?
Never. Albert wouldn't harm a fly.
That's what the mothers always say.
Why don't you tell me a bit more about him then?
He started working at the university laboratory a few years ago. I was so proud of him.
I would
the
be too.
university is quite selective, you know. The same for its staff as well as its students.
Nice.
Yes, I've gotten that impression.
I always told Albert to be careful around those high society types, but that one always thinks with his heart first.
Aw.
Is she sure that's the correct body part?
He's all the family I have, Mr. Fordham.
Yeah,
I think I'll take you up on your offer for tea, after all.
yeah.
All right, Mr. Fordham. You'll have to give me a few minutes to heat up the kettle. I'll be back shortly.
All right. Time to soup around.
Amazing. Even more voodoo stuff back there. Why would she keep these particular items hidden from view?
Don't know.
Good question.
Hello.
The tea should be ready in a few minutes, Mr. Fordham. You can help yourself once it's done.
You're very kind, Mrs. Martin.
So, as I was snooping, I found some
I've got
more
a few
crap.
questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
That's freaking great news, Tumblr. I'm glad to hear that, man. Awesome news.
Do you know anything about Madame Laura Dupre?
Yes.
I never met her in person, but
Oh.
I know plenty about her.
Of
Like
course, everyone does.
Nothing fit for a polite conversation, Mr. Fordham. But I can tell you this. Laura Dupre has far more enemies than she lets on.
Does that include you or your son?
It most certainly does not.
Okay, well, what about Juliet? What can you tell me about her? Aside from being great in natural-born killers, what are you looking at, Shadow?
What do you know about Juliet, Madame Dupre's daughter?
I know Albert was smitten with her, no matter that I told him to be very careful around her kind. Those rich Creole families don't care much for people like us. To
Her
them,
kind?
we're just a help. But from his telling, Juliet sounded to be a decent soul. It's a shame the same can't be said for her kin.
Okay. So, mom's racist as well. Jeez.
If you'll indulge my curiosity, what exactly was the meaning of Albert's message?
Saint Roch is the patron saint of dogs, as well as the falsely accused. If he sent the message along with you, it means he trusts you, and that I should too.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps you were hoping for something more? That's just the way of mysteries, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
The thrill of the unknown is always more exciting than the truth. Mystery makes life a little more interesting.
I agree.
True, but if mysteries were really better unsolved, I wouldn't have a job. What exactly is it you do, Mrs. Martin?
I provide services to the public.
A delightfully vague answer if there ever was one. Give me something a bit more specific, please.
I'm a mambo asugwe. That means I'm what you call a voodoo queen. I'd give you a detailed explanation of the responsibilities and duties of the role, but your time would be better spent clearing my son's name.
I'll be the decision maker of that thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit more about your religious practices?
What I can tell you is that the ignorant whites in this city are afraid of us for no reason. Voodoo is not about black magic or dark spells or turning people into the living dead. It's about healing and life. Naturally, there are misguided souls who may try to use it for ill purposes, but I am not one of those.
And how do I know?
Sounds like you hit a sore spot. Might be a good idea to stop pressing her on this angle.
About that back room of yours.
I beg your pardon?
Looks
I don't know about
fantastic.
this, Miles. Is this really a road you want to go down?
What do you think we should do? Should we press her further or drop the subject? I'll tell you what, though. We'll figure out what we're going to do in the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Sorry.